When you establish a psychic connection with someone, you experience what can be best described as a neural handshake. Information is exchanged, but that is not the only thing that crosses sides. There is also an exchange of energy, and if you do not effectively protect yourself, a powerful negative energy surge can overwhelm you and harm you in ways that you cannot imagine. In this segment, you will learn about your vulnerabilities when you consciously try to use your psychic abilities. These are important areas you should be on the lookout for and protect. Your negative influence and staying out of it. Using your psychic abilities when you are under a negative cloud is guaranteed to give you a negative experience. You are the starting point of the psychic link-up. If the foundation is faulty, everything else would be wrong. Apart from being the starting point, you are also an integral part of the psychic link process. Your energy feeds the connection. This means that your energy can influence the outcome. If you are giving off negative vibes, the outcome will certainly be negative. Another thing about negative energy is that people don't respond well to it. It is like you walking up to a person in real life with a terrible attitude and still expecting them to be gracious with you. It doesn't work that way. A nice stable connection requires a lot of positive energy, especially on your part. So given the dangers we talked about, the next logical step is to look at how you can protect yourself from them. Obviously, the answer is to not try to initiate a psychic connection from a negative place. But what do you do when you have already entered into a psychic link with negative energy? How do you protect yourself from the repercussions? First of all, take a deep breath. This helps to ease the tension you would probably experience and then temporarily redirect your thoughts. This simple yet effective distraction buys you enough time to focus on things that automatically generate positive feelings. Allow those positive feelings to envelope you and carry you through your psychic exercise. This is going to require a lot of mental focus, but if you do it right, you can operate outside of your own negative energy. Negative individuals. There are people you meet in life whom you become instantly affected by them, and not in a good way. It is not so much about what they say or what they do as it is how they do it. Every encounter with them will leave you feeling emotionally and mentally exhausted. That is because it seems as if they have adopted a point of view that is optimally negative. In other words, they find the worst narrative in everything about life. When you go to them with a bright and brilliant idea, they have a way of ruining the entire experience in such a way that you wish you didn't even have that idea in the first place. Such people are not malicious and full of ill intentions. They have simply focused more on nurturing the negative energy in them. When you are carrying out psychic connections and you encounter such people, you must try to regulate the balance. In the previous segment, we talked about how you can operate outside of your negative energy. In this instance, we are dealing with the energy of some other person. While you can't control how they think or act, you do have a great deal of control over how you respond to their negativity. This would play a crucial role in how you manage a situation where you are establishing a psychic connection with a negative person. The first thing you do is to take responsibility for your emotions. No matter how overwhelming the negativity might be, you cannot allow that to suppress your energy. Focus on what you feel and amplify it by looking for positive anchor points around you. The easiest way to do that is to focus on thoughts that uplift you. Remember, when it comes to building or developing a psychic connection, visualization plays a very key role in it. Visualize the things that keep you grounded in intense positive energy and then use that as your anchor point whenever you establish a secure connection with someone negative. This will ensure that the connection remains balanced without one end overwhelming the other. Even if the other party remains negative during a psychic connection, you can still get feedback. Negative environment. They say that we are a product of our environment. If you're going to carry out a psychic connection with someone, you need to ensure that the environment you are in provides the right type of energy that enables you to do it successfully. Every space we walk into contains energy reading. Some of it is residual energy from the previous occupants. In some cases, some elements come together that create the ambiance you find in an environment. There are rooms you walk into and you can feel the love, light, and peace circulating you. And then you have spaces that you walk into and immediately you feel chills up and down your spine. That is not you being paranoid or giving in to your fears. That is your subconscious reading the energy in the environment that you are in. When you enter into such environments and choose to host a psychic connection, you risk getting lost in that process. The energy of the environment can overwhelm you, and that is always a problem when it comes to making psychic connections. So how do you protect yourself from it? The best way to protect yourself is through prevention. Before you try to establish a psychic link with anyone, pay attention to the environment you are in. How does it make you feel? Do you feel warm and loved, or do you feel repulsed by the space? If it is the latter, you should definitely hold off. But if you feel a surge of warm energy, you are in the right place. If the space you are working in is negative and you feel like that is the only place you can carry out this psychic connection, introducing nature into the space can help to eliminate the negative energy. You can also try adding lots of natural lights. If that is not available, then maybe soft lights can help. Nature and light have a way of counteracting the negative ambience in an environment. Negative thoughts. The thoughts we dwell on are the fuel that drives our imagination. What you think about slowly defines what you become. If you are constantly dwelling on negative things, gradually you will become a negative person. Your thought is the bedrock of your ability to be creative. Being psychic as an empath requires you to draw on the thought waves of other people. We have talked about how your negativity, the negativity of other people, as well as the environment that has negative energy, could impact your psychic ability or connection negatively. But what happens when you engage with someone whose thoughts are dark and negative? I have to admit, this part is a bit scary because you can't stop it. You cannot know when a person is having a negative thought, nor are there precautionary measures you could take to prevent this from happening. There is a general saying that the heart of man is desperately wicked. The depth of a person's wicked thoughts cannot be gauged from afar. I also like to think of a person's words or actions as the proverbial iceberg. There is a lot more to it going on underneath the surface than what you see physically. So when you're making a connection with someone, especially a person who invests heavily in dark negative thoughts, you run a risk, and the price for that is heavy.
Thanks for watching. Click on the link below to listen to the full audio.